Let's go to Islamabad and speak to Imtiaz Gul, the Executive Director of the Centre for Research and Security Studies. Imtiaz, thank you so much indeed for your time. As with everything in Pakistan, the question is, are there machinations beyond the obvious that we see, beyond the Election Commission's banning of Imran Khan from public office for 5 years?
Well, at the moment, I think he's disqualified only for the current, for the tenure of the current parliament. That means whenever new elections are held, he can participate, take part in those elections. But this was not unexpected at all. This ruling against him reeks, of a personal vendetta, of opportunism, as well as, it's something that basically a lot of people had expected. However, this is not likely to stick. This is not likely to stay, just because the Chief Justice of this country has already declared in his own remarks this law that has been invoked as a black law. So this is a temporary storm in the teacup, I would say. This includes, of course, a legal challenge and a criminal case that is going to follow in a lower court in the coming days. But I would doubt that it could stand the scrutiny of either of the Islamabad High Court or the Supreme Court, given their remarks, given their position on the laws that go back to the military dictator, General Ziaul Haq, that he had introduced in the 1980s.
If it is victimization, by whom?
Well, obviously, I mean, there is the entire military establishment had been singled out by Imran Khan himself, which basically played against him, has been against him. But we have to also draw a line between the army and the establishment, which also includes the sitting government at the moment, because they have been after his head, the coalition of like 12, 13 parties, because they couldn't defeat him politically, as was demonstrated in the by-elections in July, as well as on October the 16th. So the only solution available to the detractors, to the opposition, is to disqualify him. But this disqualification basically is would likely propel him to greater popularity. The country has already erupted in street demonstrations wherever we're getting the news from. So it's not likely to go down well with the masses, with this massive support that Imran Khan currently enjoys.
Imtiaz, I don't know if you heard the introduction to this particular piece, but when Imran Khan became Prime Minister in 2018, he brought something different to the country. What is it that he offers Pakistan that is shaking the place up the way it requires to be shaken up? Who is it in the establishment that suffers because Imran Khan holds power? Not that he does now, but he may in the future.
After very long years, after probably Benazir Bhutto, Imran Khan has emerged as a leader who talks nationalistic, who agitates the agenda for the common people. Never before has any political leader spoken with such clarity, with such conviction about the rule of law. And because he himself is a globally celebrated cricketer, so he has a charisma that has attracted tens of millions of people to him in the last 6 months. And this is where I think a lot of people, his opposition, as well as the military establishment, certain people within the military establishment are afraid of, because obviously in this country, the military establishment has had a predominant role in the politics of this country. And a number of people, including the outgoing army chief, probably would have thought that this guy is too nationalistic, too assertive, and might be challenging the predominance of the one permanent institution in this country. And that's why I think he basically has shaken up the entire country and has stood single-handedly, taken on all the forces of status quo, including the military establishment, as well as the politicians who have been calling the shots in this country, but hardly helped in improving the country's indicators on health, education, on governance, on the rule of law, all these decades.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Imran Khan, people did say after the decades that have come before you, it's going to take more than just one term to change everything that needs to be changed. So we'll see what the future holds. Imtiaz, you know, we always appreciate the analysis. Thank you so much indeed. Imtiaz Gul in Islamabad.